It's our next game of this tournament. We enter the round of 16 now. Winner of this will play Jachi in the round of 8. So let's see how this is going to go. We start to the top left-hand side with the red Zerg player. From Team Liquid, give it up if you're cheering on Snute. His opponent down to the bottom left-hand side is the blue Protoss. It is going to be nice. So we are going to try and keep these WardiTV weeklies going throughout February. Sort of depends on what sort of support we can get for them. We only announced 4 initially because we didn't really have much of a chance to run more than 4, I don't think. So just got kind of announced 4 initially, and again from here we just sort of see what happens. We'll definitely do one next week. I think we can get funding for probably. It's just a matter of keeping these going at all. If you love them, these events, and you want to keep them going, and you want to fund them yourself and sponsor them, then you can. Hit me up if you want to sponsor these. Like, you literally could. Like, it doesn't, like, if you got some money and you enjoyed these events, then you could be a sponsor, that simply. We could talk about and discuss it, because I'd love to keep these going, because these have been really great events these past couple of weeks, and we are hoping that Leifen Cup, SGL Cup returns in the very near future. And I think it should return this month, maybe later in the month rather than earlier in the month. So either way, that's this is what it's going to be for now. And blah 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 blah. What was I saying? Yeah, but do get on the Match Arena page, guys, and do make sure you use that coupon code, which is WTV4. I'm going to keep saying it until you use them all up. We've got like 80 left to use. We've got more than enough people in here to use them, so get on that. Use up that coupon code, and let's get this going. Now you do see there's a Adept starting to come across the map from Nice. He's having a little bit of a look to see what is going on. So coming across towards this upper left hand side, the Adept will just have a poke around to see what's up in the early stages, as we are going to be seeing these first few Zerglings of Snute moving on through and actually getting out in towards the main base. So he's going to get a nice little scout, although there isn't that much to scout just yet. No real tech up at this point. It's still annoying, right? He's going to force his Adept to run around a little bit. He's going to try and kill a probe. Okay, sorry, there's a Resonating Glaives build in a Twilight Council. I have not paid enough attention to this game. I didn't realize we were 3.5 minutes in. I thought we were like 2 minutes in. Yeah, Hatchgas pulled then into this, and we're just going to see Snute actually dropping down the Rotor. Now, this is obviously very different to the defense we've seen from Cell against Adepts in the previous games. The Rotor defense can actually be very interesting, and what Snute has been doing a lot of lately is he's been defending this by overmaking units and then going for that immediate counterattack. It's a build / response that we've seen a lot in the past from against these Adept-based all-ins. Well, not all-ins, but Adept-based pressures. And it does work out pretty reasonably in terms of a follow-up. We are here on Cactus Valley, by the way, and well, as for what that means as a map, it's an interesting map. As again, Proxy Gateway up here as well, by the way, for faster pile warping. There's a Dark Shrine coming down too. But as for the map, just for a moment here, it's nice and large, and I mean, in terms of as far as maps go, honestly, I mean, people used to love playing PvZ on this. They never really kind of were too worried about or too concerned about this map. In fact, it's one of those maps which a lot of people kind of generally quite liked. 4 bases is pretty easy to take for the most part. Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. Anyways, you see some roaches from Snute popping out. And you're going to be starting to move down through the center of the map. So Snute moving down through the center, and you're going to see some Adepts from Nice going up the left-hand side of the map as well. So a few Adepts coming up the left-hand side, and again some Zerglings from Snute just looking to see what's going on. So Smling's looking to see what's going on. A couple of Ravagers morphing in again. He's looking to get aggressive, right? So he sets up into this, and this is bad for Nice. I mean, look how many units he has out of position to that top side. So many Roaches already on the natural expansion here, and Mothership Core has not built. Oh no, it's a very greedy build out of Nice, really kind of bypassing the Mothership Core to get all of these units up. And Snute's attack here is just going to get so much damage done. So many probes are dropping. So many probes are dropping. The pylon goes down as well, empowering a lot of these gateways. I mean, you see some of the Adepts on the top side, they shade into the natural expansion, which will definitely slow us down a little bit. I mean, there is a couple of DTs as well, which will also eventually get rid of this army. But 19 workers killed. Snute hasn't lost any. These Adepts right now are still just fighting against the Queen, for example, not targeting down drones. Flings are going to keep on popping out and coming in to clean those up as well. And man. I mean, this is disastrous when it comes to, you know, in terms of, you know, where Nice is going to be after this. I mean, Snoot's built in spores. He's not going to die to the DTs. You know, he may lose his army to DTs, but there's just not going to be a follow-up here at all. GG. And Snute is going to take in one, and we can put the extra money into events like this one as well. Slash actually surviving. It's actually quite nice. Hitting the donation goal for last month quite nicely, and getting past it really means we can again just continue to run more events and to again just keep on casting. Things are going well right now, honestly, overall. Again, what do you write in for the coupon code? It is WTV and then the number 4. So WTV4. And it adds $1. $. But again, adds $1, and it very quickly just adds on up, and then we get a full prize pool for today's event. And usually we only have about 50 coupon codes to use for these events, but today is just a little bit different because of the fact that we do have the we didn't have coupon codes last week, so this week we've got double the amount to use, which is why I'm trying to push it very heavily from the very start, just to make sure we do use them all up. So, let's introduce the players. With all that said, we have to the bottom left-hand side from Team Liquid, the red Zerg player. It is Snute. His opponent down to the bottom right-hand side of the map is going to be the blue Protoss player. Give it up for Nice. And yeah, I mean, despite the GSL kind of group selection being on today, I suppose this has actually turned out to be a pretty okay bracket. We got some great players in here. Björn, Snute, obviously, Gumiho, Solar. You know, it is going to make for a pretty fun bracket overall, I suppose, so it's still going to be okay, but it just would have been great to have. I mean, to be fair, basically, a lot of the time in these events, we basically just have so many great matches that we just don't get to cover. So now we kind of get to cover a few more of the great matches because there's just less of them, I guess. So, it's kind of a little bit weird. Anyways, just going to see this setup right now. I'm just going to be seeing the probe having a little bit of a look around to see what's going on early. I mean, just an early Nexus. Newkirk as a map is pretty standard. I mean, it's really looking towards just getting in towards the later stages of the game. You can definitely pressure an attack into the 3 base, into the 4 base, but it's very difficult. This base up here is very difficult to attack into once these rocks are down. So it's all about attacking into this base here, which is generally taken, though, as the 3rd, because it is a bit easier to hold. I guess I should explain myself a little bit, because what I said, I guess, is a bit controversial, a bit contradictory, I suppose. So this base is difficult to attack into, because if the army is out here, getting up that ramp is just not going to happen without taking a major fight. And if these rocks are down again, this base is just unharassable, basically. You know, until the army moves out and so on and so on. If the army's just stood here, it's fine. But taking a 3rd base up here, well, you take a 3rd base early, and so early in the game, you don't want to be stood out in the middle of nowhere. That's something you want to do for a much larger army. So initially, you want to kind of take this base here, which has some more choke points to utilize for defense, until you've got a larger army where you don't need choke points as much to defend, and then you can defend a bit more centrally, and that 4th base becomes much easier to take too. So it is a much easier, easy 4 bases to go up to. As a Zerg player, you probably can go up to the top side and take this 3rd base, because you do have more mobile units early on, and the defense is kind of a little bit different. You don't rely quite so much on choke points as the Protoss player does. So Snute obviously does take this base down the low ground, as does Nice, the pocket expansion, which is again fine. I mean, both players are expected to kind of do this, I guess, in some ways. It's the Zerg players maybe expected to take this top base instead, but it's one of those things which is neither here nor there. You can do it. It's a very preferential thing, with which depends on how you want to play as well, I suppose. You just set up into this, and yeah, just going to see a queen starting to work their way through this oracle. It's a little bit of damage being dealt already, and you're going to see the oracle being pushed away in towards the center of the map. Third Nexus is coming up to being about halfway done. And there's that +1 melee upgrade here from Snute as well. So setting up into that +1 melee upgrade. And this oracle from Nice still just flying around, looking to see where it can get to, looking to see what's up and what is going on. So oracle keeps on scouting here. Going to see again a few more drones on the way up. The Bane and Nest dropping down from Snute as well, just close to this mineral line as the queen does push that oracle away. So oracle again pushed away to the right hand side, and we do see this Zerglin from Snute Moving on through the center, was just checking across the map, did see the third Nexus coming down. So both players pretty content and should know what's going on right now, as we do see. Nice option for the second Stargate once again, so he's really been a fan of this double Phoenix play. It's something we saw a lot of the other day when we did that mega cast from the Team League, and we saw Roddy doing this a bunch of times in the Team League, then Zest did it a few times as well during the day, during the night. So we really saw a lot of this sort of stuff happening. Now we're just going to be seeing from Snute the very standard kind of Ling Bane. The +1 melee is already on the way. He lines up his lair to hit +2 and Bane speeder. Good timing. And he will again just play Ling Bane heavy for now. We'll see if he wants to add in the Ravagers as the game goes on as well. That's obviously an option. And something which we see a lot of players doing quite a lot of the time. But we'll see if it's something he really wants to commit to this time, because it's not necessarily something he has to commit to here. So we'll see what's going to happen. We're going to see these Ziglins then continue to gather up on the top. And again, I mean, Snute's in this position where maybe he's actually going to go for that aggressive Ling Bane attack we sort of talked about when Nice played against Cell on this map, in which we did actually see a bit of an example of. Let's see if he wants to do this. It sort of doesn't feel as though he does. I mean, +1 melee is about to finish. He's not morphing in Banes, though. It's just going to be Zerglins he's going to push forwards with here. A few seconds away from that as we see the Phoenix. Well, they come in, and he's going to actually lose one of them there, unfortunately. The Spore Crawler doing its job. Queen will still go down. But again, good damage done. There's actually no, the Queen staying alive. Oh, man, 3 HP Queen. Well, that is crazy, because he actually picks off 2 of these Phoenix as well. So this went very well for Snute. Nice. Making a few mistakes on the micro. And now coming back in towards this mineral line. We do see a Queen and another drone being picked off. Well, here we go. The Banes have morphed in now, and this is going to be an attack on the third base as Nice pulls his probes into the Bane lanes, and that is not how you're meant to defend this. GG. Snute takes game number 2.